What have I done? Right, me again. I spent the whole of the last video talking about making do with what you have, and I kind of went back on that a little bit. So some of the regular viewers, if that's even a thing, would notice that the background is a little bit different. Mainly, no more SP16. That is on reverb.com at the minute, ready to ship out. Did a few things with the MPC Live and the LPD8. And have that set up just as a MIDI controller to control mutes without being in the mute screen. Already synced up to a program that's got my drum kits in it. And it's the mutes for the subgroup. So all the kicks go out subgroup 1, snares subgroup 2, percussion subgroup 3, and so on. And I've got all of the drum sounds that are in the different programs going out to those specific outputs. So I've got my mutes there pretty much. So yeah, that kind of... yeah, it's on. It was a rash decision. I get it. It's still in the box, just over there, actually. It's still wrapped up in its box. If you'd have seen from the unboxing video I did a couple of months ago when I actually bought it, I kept everything in pristine order. So it's basically a brand new piece of equipment because it's just been in here, smoke free. So yeah, anyway, the other thing you'll probably notice is Barefoot Footprint 01 speakers. Yep. Yeah. I've had Focal, Alpha 80 for a very long time. And I spoke in the last video about looking at these footprints. Called up the company KMR in London, amazing company. And within about 40 seconds of me speaking to someone, they'd had a pair set up ready for me to come and collect. I did that today and it's soul destroying, if I'm completely honest with you. It is absolutely fucking horrendous, if I'm honest. The difference between my Focal speakers, which I thought were intense. I thought they were incredible. I loved the sound of them. I thought that they were nice and deep bass and just lovely sheeny tops. Nothing compared. Like, what? It was painful. I drove up there with my partner. We met through music, so she's just as much into sound as I am. Not as much making it. I do the making, she does the listening. She loves a good speaker. She loves good quality sound, which helps being my partner because all I ever do is sound. So yeah, we picked them up, we come back, set them up. Both looked at each other like, speechless. Absolutely speechless. There's songs that I've listened to for 10 years. There's songs that I've listened to recently. In the last decade worth of music, of my religiously listened to tunes as reference tracks, right? One of them's behind me, Delta Heavy, White Flag VIP. Probably one of the best sounding drum and bass tracks in terms of balance, bass consistency, and general hype. I listen to that on the Focals all the time, and it sounded really good. I listened to it on these. There's shit in this tune I've never heard before. Now, I've listened to this tune religiously. Like, I know this tune like the back of my hand, second by second, element by element, apparently, until I listen to them on these. Wow, wow, wow. You get what you pay for. These Focal speakers, I'm pointing down there because they're down there looking all derelict and on their own at the minute. Poor bastards. Hey, sorry boys, it just is what it is, isn't it? It's business. They're about 600 quid maximum. You're looking at like 550 a pair, something like that. And I thought that's a fair bit for a pair of speakers. These are £3,500. And I was thinking, what's the difference? What is the difference? Why would you spend that much money on a set of speakers? You must be a mug, mate. You're spending £3,500 on a set of speakers. That's like a cheap car. That's a little bit of a way towards a deposit if you're looking at getting a flat or something. Why would you even bother spending that much money on speakers when you've got speakers already? Sorry. Wow. There's no point me playing them because it's not going to come through here. Take my word for it. Fucking amazing. Stereo field is one thing, right? But foreground, midground, background, and general... raw, mate. I did this thing, yeah, on the UA Apollo. In the console application, you've got like settings, so different outputs and some plugins and stuff like that. You can save different presets, which I've got a couple of, like one for voiceover and one for production, loads of different things. I set one up today, so I set it up so everything comes out the left hand side and everything comes out the right hand side. So I set up a Focal on the left and one of these Barefoots on the right. And then one of the settings was panned hard left, the other one was panned hard right. So basically what I'm getting is mono out of each of the speakers, yeah? Set to the same level, it was just painful. I looked at my partner and she was like, so I suppose we're going to be a few grand light then, isn't it? Like, that's just the way it is now. That's just the way it is. Once you listen to them, that's it. There's no going back. I can't plug these back in now. Sorry, boys, but you're gone, mate. Now, don't get me wrong. If you've got the Alpha 80s, they're great speakers. They're intensely amazing speakers. I beg you, please, don't demo a set of Barefoots. Just don't do it. Don't put yourself through the torture of realising that you love something so much, but it's just not good enough. Like, that's how I can boil it down to. Like your wife. You love her so much, she's just not good enough. So you're just going to sack her off and get a new one in. Like, it's mad. So yeah, other than that, you can see I sort of whittled things down a bit, moved things about a bit, moved the Minotaur off to the side over there. Got like the MPC, the controller for that, and then the semi-modular just above it. Nice and crispy. Went around the back and sorted out all the wires for everything. I've got a few inputs free as well now, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But yeah, that's the latest update. I can't see myself giving these back. It's a demo set, so I'm going to have to give them back. Don't really want to. Want to just end up keeping them and just say to them, look, I'll just keep them and just, how much do you want? Do you know what I mean? Like, don't take the piss, but like, how much do you want? Because you're not getting them back. The other thing was they came without the meme technology thing where you can pick like hi-fi, flat response. It came without them, so by default they're on flat response. If that's flat response, hi-fi, I'm not ready for. I turn these up, yeah. At the moment, I listen very quiet in here because it's a small space. The louder you go, the more the room sort of gets involved and everything like that, and it just sort of fucks up the speakers. It does with the focals anyway. At lowish volumes, they're perfect. Had these at lowish volumes, and still the bass is so tight. I thought, actually, let me just crank it a bit. It's the middle of the day. Do you know what I mean? I can do what I want. I turned them up to the point where the focals, to me, sound like I'm going to blow them, right? It gets to the point on those where things just start to flatten out a bit, and it just starts to sound like it's being compressed, like it's being limited. It's not very nice to the ear. Luckily enough, that's quite loud, so I'm rarely up there anyway. Mate, these, it was, I turned it up, and it was as if the speaker was going, more! Fucking more! It was just shout. I felt intimidated. It was on me, like, what are you doing? Is that even volume? Like, I know, gushing over the Barefoots. They are my dream speaker. The dream speaker, and at the moment it's a reality. The problem with that is my bank account is going to be shit, and I've got a kid. Luckily he likes music as well. I'm very lucky that my partner's into sound as well, because that could have been a horrendous conversation that would have led into an argument. You've already got me, kid. That could have happened, do you know what I mean? But nah, she was like, guess we're going to be a few grand down. So that's it for this video. Yeah, that's all you're getting this time. I'm not going to touch stuff. I'm not going to play with stuff. Just a little insight into the changes that I'm making in my small setup. SP16's gone. I say it's gone. It's in the box. If I put it in the box, it's like subconsciously I don't have it anymore. Do you know what I mean? I put it on reverb. Just subconsciously I don't have it anymore. I could easily just take it down, undo the box and hook it back up. But I'm going to see how I get on with just the MPC and the addition of that LPDA. I might even do a video on that, how I've integrated the two and how I've got them to be working sort of as one, like extra Q links and pads and that. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for subscribing yet again. Usual faff, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you can get some form of notification that I'm going to be here again. Probably making decisions that are going to financially ruin me in the near future. But other than that, have a wonderful week. I'll see you next time.